Hello, everybody, again. My name is Kate, and I'm going to be your host for today's webinar, which is Delivering 5-Star Standards Skills Employers Demand Inside Luxury Hospitality. And we are, again, very glad that all of you could join us today. In this webinar, we'll share how you can stand out in the world of luxury hospitality, from mastering the language of 5-star service to creating a profile that reflects refinement, confidence, and professionalism. So on today's agenda, we will be covering a quick introduction to Hospitality Academy, the secret language of luxury, how to get ahead of 95% of candidates, the unwritten rules of getting hired in luxury, how to make recruiters remember you, building a luxury CV, and finally, we would have a little section about the F1 visa, our programs, locations, and partners. And finally, we'll also show you how to take the next step with us. Now, I would like to present to you our two fantastic speakers. First, we have Ana Fernandez, and Ana has several years of experience in recruitment for luxury hospitality. She has also reviewed hundreds of resumes and conducted numerous interviews. She really knows exactly what luxury employers look for, and she will be sharing practical insights today with you on how to make your application stand out. And also we have Carlos Piñon joining us here today. He is an advisor at Hospitality Academy, and he has guided hundreds of students and professionals in building their international careers through our programs. So together with our amazing speakers, they will both give you both perspectives about what employers expect and how to prepare to meet those standards. So now that you've met our speakers, we can begin. And to start off, I would like to give the floor to Carlos, who will introduce Hospitality Academy before we move into more practical insights. Carlos, over to you. I'm sorry, Carlos, you're mute. Could you please unmute yours? Thank you.
Sorry. Thank you so much, Kate, and thank you, Anna, to be here as well. Welcome everyone to our October webinar. It's a pleasure to meet you all and have you here. I would like to introduce you who we are, who is Hospitality Academy. We are a multi-platform project that offers accredited hybrid programs across the United States, combining online and on-campus classes. You are also going to be able to work and study at the same time throughout your program of studies. And we in Hospitality Academy will support you and guide you through all the procedures that you have to accomplish to make this happen, such as, for example, the admission, enrollment, visa, and recruitment process that you are going to be facing throughout this process. And we are going to be able to connect with you with the best luxury hotel, restaurant, and Michelin star chef partners.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Carlos. It was a very great introduction. We're going to come back to talk about Hospitality Academy a bit later. And now we can move into the skills and standards that define the world of luxury hospitality. So Anna will walk us through of what luxury recruiters really look for and how to present yourself like a professional who already belongs in that world. So Anna, over to you.
Thank you so much, Kate. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. So I would like to start off by saying that every luxury brand has its own language, not just in what it says, but in how it behaves. The words each one uses are carefully chosen to reflect their values and shape the best emotional experience. For example, luxury brands refer to customers as guests, never clients, and they refer to their services as experiences, not service, right? That one word, guest, communicates respect and warmth. The Ritz-Carlton famous motto, ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen, sets a tone of dignity and mutual respect at every level. At Four Seasons, every team member talks about genuine care and the golden rule. Treat others how you would like to be treated. While at Mandarin Oriental, they focus on creating legendary moments. When preparing for an interview, pay attention to this kind of language. You can find it in the hotel's website, their social media, or their job postings. For example, if you some emphasizes curated experiences, you can always say, I enjoy creating tailored guest experiences that feel personal and meaningful. That subtle alignment tells the recruiter you understand as you understand the world of luxury. A couple of helpful tips. If you really want to understand the brand, don't just read their brochures. Read their job descriptions. They reveal how the company talks to its own employee and so on, their tone, their expectations, and priorities. This is where the real brand language is. Also learn their internal rituals, things like daily lineups, pre-shift briefings, freedom mystery guest audits. These systems may not be public, but they're crucial to how luxury brands ensure consistency and culture. If you are interviewing or working with a luxury company, knowing that you understand these practices success puts you ahead of it. And the next slide, please. Thank you. So here's the curve. Most candidates research the brand, but very few go beyond. Let's do that. What happened inside every even? Start by looking at the hotel service philosophy or brand standards. Many of them are public. For example, Ritz-Carlton's gold standards, one Forge travel guides, standard and criteria, rated simple service. Next, find employee interviews or behind the scenes videos like that's how staff speaks, calm, professional behavior. Recruiters notice when your tone reflects the same composure. And finally, go into your interview learning something specific about the job. Is the signature scent in the lobby? Generally the sanitary institute on Michelin star restaurant, starting at loyalty people. The level of awareness shows not just interest, but interest in initiatives and emotional intelligence with luxury employers recommended for hiring criteria.
I'm sorry, Anna. I just see here in the chat that we have a few people that noticed that probably your connection is a little bit off because they cannot hear you very well. Maybe. Right now, no.
So strange.
I think that because you're probably connected to your headphones and using computer's audio, I think that would be the problem. Yes, much better.
No? Can you hear me now or no?
Yes, much better. Perfect. Thank
Way
you.
better. Thank you, Anna.
Should I go back? We
No,
can
no,
start.
no.
No, you good? Okay.
I think it's okay.
All right, awesome. So go to the next slide. I think I finished with this one already. Awesome. So, okay, let's talk about what's not written in the job description. The unwritten rules and subtle details that both recruiters and hiring managers look for, but will never say out loud. Rule number one, show that you already belong. Even if your past experience was not in luxury, highlight moments of refinement. Things like attention to detail, handling VIPs, organizing events, or creating special touches for guests. Rule number two, don't bring up salary or benefits in your first conversation. Super important, right? In luxury, recruiters assess motivation first. They want to see passion before pay. And rule number three, treat every interaction as part of your brand. That includes your email signature, the tone of your communication, and LinkedIn profile. No emojis, no informal greetings. Professionalism starts there. Luxury is about consistency. So the way that you present yourself and your presentation card should match the values of the brands that you admired. Here's one thing recruiters always remember, and that's candidates who follow up with intention. So send a thank you email within 12 hours of the interview. Mention something specific about your discussion, maybe a hotel value or a story from the conversation. That shows that you listen. Follow the property on LinkedIn and, if appropriate, comment on one of their posts before or after the interview. It helps keep your name in their mind and consider you for the role. And when you're sharing your own examples, a great tip is to use the STAR method. Explain the situation, task, action, and result. But always bring emotion to your stories. And this is a perfect example. A couple mentioned that it was their anniversary, so I arranged for champagne and rose petals in the room. The next morning, they personally came to the front desk to thank me, and it reminded me how small details create memories for people. And that's the kind of storytelling that transforms an applicant into a potential team member in the luxury industry. And finally, let's talk about your resume, because in luxury hospitality, presentation matters just as much as content. Keep your CV simple, elegant, and structured. Use clear fonts and professional spacing. Focus on achievements, not just duties. For example, instead of saying responsible for guest check-ins, write something like handle 100 plus daily check-ins while maintaining 95% guest satisfaction.
Any information you can quantify will be impactful in your resume. Also, consider adding a section titled Luxury Service Standards Trained, or include the wording Forbes and LQA familiarization. If you have any previous experience in luxury, this will be super important. Recruiters immediately recognize this phrasing. And one last tip is to include any interests that reflect the refinement, a personal interest in languages, travel destinations, or cultural experiences. These small little details or signals, tells the recruiter that you understand the world of luxury. And that's it. I hope you found these tips helpful and put them in practice in your future employment search. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Anna. That was very valuable insights. Thank you again for joining us today. I think that everybody discovered something new and will be more than ready now for their future interviews. And now let's shift our focus a little bit from recruitment to the academic and professional opportunities. And those are also for everybody who would be excited to take their career to the United States. And Carlos will walk us through the F1 visa, our programs, and also tell you about where you can study and train. So Carlos, over to you.
Thank you, Kate. And yes, taking advantage of Anna's presentation, if you are really into applying for these luxury hotels that Anna was mentioning, or properties, I would say that this is a very nice opportunity for you to achieve your goals. So F1 visa is a student visa. It's a non-immigrant visa that allows international candidates to pursue academic or education programs in the United States. We basically offer two of them: undergrad, a bachelor in business and administration, and a postgrad, a master of business and administration with a certification or a focus in hospitality management. In terms of the visa as well, the visa is basically delivered or must be accepted by a accredited and officially accredited institution in the United States. You should maintain an enrollment and a student status throughout the program. And in Hospitality Academy, we are going to make sure that you are enrolling an approved student, approved university, sorry, and you maintain your status on the best shape at all. What are the programs that we offer? As I was mentioning, there's a postgraduate and an undergraduate level program, Master of Business and Administration and Bachelor in Business and Administration, with a hospitality management certification. Let's go through the details and the requirements of these programs. Firstly, the postgrad Master of Business and Administration requires attendance to class 1 to 4 days on campus classes. This will vary depending on the location that you select. In order to apply for this program, in terms of requirements, you need to have a recognized U.S. bachelor's degree, internationally equivalent, with a proof of your level of English. There's a GPA requirement in all the universities, and the program duration goes from 2 to 3 years. And the programs of studies that we offer will allow you to have the CPT and OPT, that is the legal work permit during studies and upon graduation from day one of classes. Then when we go for the Bachelor of Business and Administration, the attendance to classes once per week. The requirements to hold a high school diploma. You still need to prove a proficiency level of English. Program duration goes up to 3.54 years. And the only thing that varies here in terms of the undergraduate level is the first academic year, you are not allowed to work. So your CPT will start upon the second year of studies, and you will still have the availability to work upon graduation using your OPT. We offer 5 different locations throughout the United States: Miami, Florida, Phoenix, Arizona, borderline with Mexico, Orange County, California. It's a district in between Los Angeles and Anaheim, Washington, D.C., the capital city of the United States, and Detroit, Michigan, borderline with Canada. Good thing about the programs, as you can see, going back to that slide, is that you can live and work anywhere in the States, since the program are hybrid learning modalities. that still requires attendance to class. So we always recommend to live nearby your campus at least, or in the same city. Sorry, we can continue. Which are the partners that we work with? It's around 200 different properties in the United States, mainly the best luxury hotel brands, so Ritz-Carlton, Four Seasons, JW, Intercontinental, Hyatt, Fairmont, etc. Restaurant chains and Michelin star chefs. Jan George, for example, that has different locations in DC area. So guys, well, first of all, once again, thank you for joining the webinar. Thank you, Anna and Kate, for hosting it as well. I would like to invite everyone that has attended to this webinar to schedule a call with us, the advisory team, to give you further details about the programs that we offer, the F1 visa, the availability to work and study at the same time, and have the opportunity that Anna was mentioning to apply for one of these luxury hotel brands and be able to further your career in the States. Thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you so much, Carlos. Thank you again for telling us about these programs. I have just one question here in the chat from Emily regarding the F1 visa. So she is wondering if there were any difficulties considering the current state with the visa denials and everything. If you could maybe help her answer that.
Sure, absolutely. Glad to do it. It's something that we understand that this type of question could pop up right now. We need to understand that the new administration of the United States is way more stricter than others in the immigration policies. That being said, we still will have to follow the terms and conditions of these F1 visa procedure. We have been experiencing the same ratios as other years. We have a very good ratio of approval in Hospitality Academy since we have, years of experience going through these procedures as well. So if you are following our guidelines, if we are following the procedures, if we are handling over all the documentation that should be for this type of processes, we should not have any issues. Of course, unfortunately, we are not going to be able to assure 100% that your visa is going to be extended, but we are going to do our best, and you as well, to make this happen. I think that my best advice right now is just follow the guidelines, try, because we will never know unless you try.
Thank you, Carlos, for answering that question. I think, Emily, you would have a better view now on the whole situation. And please, guys, anybody, like Carlos already mentioned, if you have any questions, if you're interested about joining the programs, you just have to scan the QR code, or you can always just reach out to us through email that you can see on the screen. And feel welcome to join on a free discovery call just to get more information. We have another question from Captain Shabane. Hi, I'm in South Africa, and he's wondering about the pre-qualification. I would like to comment on that just very briefly, that obviously each case from each country is very different, considering the visa process, the application process, and everything. So I think that it would be even better for you, if you're interested to find out, to just schedule an individual call with Carlos here, and he's going to be able to walk you through all of that and answer your questions more specifically, since each case is obviously very different.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Kate. Just scan your QR code here in the presentation, and you will find the meeting link for your convenient time and day that you would like to schedule the call.
So I would give you guys all just a minute. If anybody would like to scan the QR code, so you have it on the screen here, so you're able to book your free call. Other than that, I would like to thank Carlos and Anna again for making this webinar happen. Thank you, Anna, a lot for your insight. It was a very insightful presentation. And thank you, Carlos, too, for sharing your insights on Hospitality Academy, telling us about the programs, the locations, and I think everybody who joined us today found it very informational, and we hope to see all of you on our next webinar. Just stay connected to our social media, and you will be able to join our next webinars when those happen. And yeah, that's it. Thank you again for joining us. And we will also be sending you the recording of this presentation after the end of the webinar, so you would be able to rewatch it if you joined a bit late. Thank you.